but let's just call lesson 6 putting in the work for economic and earnings events. If you don't know what's going on, you have no business being in the market. Most educations start with fundamental analysis, technical analysis, sentimental analysis, economic events, earnings events. This is the work that you put in to being successful in your investing. This is the work that has no timetable. Keeve and I were arguing with each other today. Boy, we could have done this, we could have done that. Yes, there are a lot of woulda, shoulda, couldas. But this is one of the basics. Level 1, this is the first thing you learn when you get into an education. And this is the number one thing that people don't do is level 1 work. Sentimental, technical, fundamental, economic and earnings events. You've got no right being in the market if you don't understand where the market can go and why. I spend a lot of time on briefing.com. It's for free. In the upper right-hand corner, you have calendars, and you have economic calendars, which you can go for the week. Notice how there's a bunch of other weeks out there. You can go 5 weeks out into the future, and it has all of the economic information right here. It takes more than just looking at it. It takes writing it down and paying attention to it. You'll notice I didn't put in the ISM non-manufacturing PMI so I could show you, even though I have it in mine. For this week, I have in here, you can't see it, but I have in here where I would write ISM, and they call it non-manufacturing. Back in the day, it used to be called services. At ISM manufacturing, and you had services. And I'm freehanding this, so it's kind of weird. And then I just take this up, and the expectation is it was supposed to be at a 52.0. Anything above 50 shows expansion or growth in the services ISM survey that they do. Today, it actually came out at a 53.4, which came out significantly better than expected. If you noticed this morning at around 6 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, an hour and a half before the market opened, our market go from being down 34 to only being down 0.19. It cut it in half because it was good news. Reading through information this morning. Wednesday, trade balance, negative $62 billion. Consumer credit, I pay a lot of attention to this. For banks, $16.3 billion of new consumer credit is expected to come out. I literally have prepared this whole week for what's going to happen and why. Now, I've already put in what it's supposed to be. As you go to briefing.com, you can find non-manufacturing. The consensus was supposed to be 52. Came in at 53.4. Trade balance, 62. We'll find out the actual tomorrow. Consumer credit, 16.3 billion. We'll find out the actual. Initial claims, people that have filed for unemployment, 218. We'll find out the actual on Thursday morning. You can also go to, you can sign up for free and you can go to earnings, where you find out Ford is tomorrow after the market. You know what, let's go to Wednesday. Wednesday's a little more, Wednesday's Disney. So you scroll to Wednesday, a lot of information. Wednesday's after the market close. Go down to the bottom. Walt Disney. The consensus is that they'll come in at $1 per share, $23,732,000,000 in revenue. That's the expectation for Disney. Every week, I'm writing this stuff down. I'm following it. This is last week's. Thursday, 224 instead of 212. ISM manufacturing came in at 39.1. That beat. We had Meta. Meta came in at $5.33 versus $4.89. 40 billion and 111 million versus 38,999. Little arrow tells me we were going up. Every day I'm filling in the side to see if we're doing better or worse, to see what matters. I have it. This stupid planner is literally my life. It's what I'm going through to follow through with phone calls, with people I'm talking to, with Microsoft earnings, General Motors earnings, Google's earnings, Starbucks' earnings, Boeing's earnings, MasterCard. I'm going through daily on putting in the effort to understand literally what's happening and why. Every Sunday afternoon, I'm spending an hour to 2 hours putting in my next week. I've got this out 4 weeks out in time. And I go back a couple weeks to see how the market worked on certain days. You've got to put the time in to understand what these economic events mean. How important are what reports are more important than others? How important is consumer credit? Why does it matter? What's the big picture to understand it? It's this type of understanding, and it's this type of studying that you have to be doing on a daily basis to get to where you want to be. Anyone can do what Warren Buffett has done. Anyone can create your spreadsheet. Anyone can take a look at what's happening. In fact, Meta, we actually had a 30. But anyone can go through and take a look and do the work if you just want to spend the time to do it. For those of you that have taken education, you're trying to do it on your own, it's this type of commitment. And unfortunately, trading on your own cannot be a hobby. It's a job. I've yet to meet a successful hobbyist in the stock market 2 years in a row.